Hello all and welcome to Crochet Designs. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial we are working on swatch number 7, the double crochet herringbone stitch. Check it out. What? It is simply divine. I love this stitch. I love the look of it. It can be a little bit tricky. You can accidentally use a double crochet instead. I did that a few times. But it is a gorgeous stitch. Don't you just love it? Well, I do anyway. Today we are using Spot Saver USA style acrylic yarn. Now the color we are using is, let's have a look, violet. We are using a violet. It's kind of very light purple, if anything, not so much a violet. However, it calls for a 5mm hook. And yours truly is using a 5mm hook. For those of you who have been following us with these swatches, we're up to swatch number 7. If you are new and you would like to make our swatch blanket for 2021, you haven't missed out. We're only at swatch 7 out of 25. So I've actually popped a link to the swatch playlist in a description box down below, and you can do swatches 1 to 6 and then meet us back here to continue 7. Or you can do this one first and then go back and do swatches 1 to 6, whichever pleases you. We are using a 5mm hook today. We are using scissors. We are using that darning, sewing, or weaving needle, and you will need 2 stitch markers, or maybe 2 or 1, possible 1 or 2. Anyway, I think I used 2 throughout the tutorial anyways, 1 on one side and 1 on the other. If you don't like stitch markers, by all means don't use them. All right, but how gorgeous is this stitch? It would make a gorgeous jumper, cardigan, top, vest. Oh, it's just simply divine. Simply divine. All right, guys, so I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm just going to let you get started making your double crochet herringbone stitch swatch. Good luck, guys. Alrighty, we're going to start off with a quick slip knot, and that's grabbing your tail end, wrapping it around your finger once and then twice, holding it there and holding it down there, passing your back loop halfway over, hold it there, passing the other loop all the way over your finger, pop your hook in and giving your work a tug. Yes? All right. Now what we're going to do is chain 25, okay? And a chain is yarn over your hook, pull a loop through, once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. All right, so that's what your chains should look like. Yarn over your hook. You're going to start your very first double crochet herringbone stitch. You're going to count across your chains, and you are going to put your first double crochet herringbone stitch into your 4th chain from your hook. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So grab your hook with your yarn over already in the space as though you're doing a normal double crochet and pulling a loop through. All right, so you still have your 3 loops on your hook. Give that yarn a little bit of a tug and pull it through to the middle loop on the hook. Okay, now you've got 2. Yarn over and pull it through 1 loop. Now you've got 2 again, yarn over, pull it through 2 loops on your hook. These 2 loops right here is the top of your 4th chain, all right, or 3rd. By the time you get across the row, it counts itself as being a 3rd. So now you're going to do another double crochet herringbone stitch in your very next stitch, which is right there. Yarn over your hook, in the loop, pull a loop through, 3 loops, tighten it a little bit, pull it through to the middle loop, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 1, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. And you're going to do the same all the way across the row. Now take your time, there's no rush. It's only a swatch, so it shouldn't take too long to make just a swatch. Okay, you're not doing a full blanket in this stitch. If you were, it'll take a fairly long time? Well, depends on how fast you are. Okay, but I say take your time with this stitch because you can almost confuse it as a double crochet or even a half double crochet. It can be confused after a while. All right, well, let's just keep going all the way across. It's a very pretty stitch. You can use it to make anything. A lot of people use it to make jumpers or sweaters, if you will, cardigans, washcloths. And when you first start, the first few rows look like they're going to curve. But trust me, they straighten out at the end, all right? Okay, just keep going. So this is actually swatch 7, guys. If you haven't started our swatch blanket here, I will leave a link to the playlist in the description box down below. Click on that link and then just start from swatch number 1 and work your way all the way up to where we are at the moment. Now, you've got all year to make this blanket, so plenty of time. And we're almost at the end of the row. Any second now, she says. All right, here we go. We have 2 chains left. All right, pop your hook in, finish your second last stitch like so. And in your last stitch right there, it might almost look like 2, but it's only 1 stitch. Pop your hook in the loop. That's like a little knot there. Pull a loop through. Pull it through to the loop on your hook and do your normal stitch like so. And what you should have is that. All right, you should have I think 23 stitches across. I'm not sure, so we're going to count them. These little V's right here, that's what you're counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and your stitch marker stitch is 23. All right, so that is what you should have. So let's get on with the very next round. All right. Was that too close? Sorry, guys. All right, turning your work. Wait a minute, we'll do that from far away so you can see. Turning your work like you're turning your page in a book, just that way, like so. All right, now you're going to chain up 2, 1 and 2. Grabbing another stitch marker. So you actually do need the 2 stitch markers for this. And there you go. All right. Yarn over your hook. You are actually in that stitch there. Those chains will act as your first stitch in the round. So you need to pop straight into your very next V. See, these are the V's you're working in. And so if you want to see the stitch, just split the stitch like that and you can see it in there. So yarn over your hook, you're going to do your next double crochet herringbone stitch, popping your hook in that space, we'll stitch there, pull a loop through. Now you've got your 3 loops, tighten it up a little, pull it through the middle loop like so. 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the first loop. 2 loops again, yarn over, pull through both loops. And then just continue in every stitch doing exactly that. All right. It's a very pretty stitch. After a while it starts to give you like a little, it's like an on the angle kind of look. Very pretty. And there are different versions to it. This is just one, okay? You can play with crochet, change stitches the way you like. Yes, you can invent your own stitches if you like, whatever. Whatever you want to do with your crochet. There's no rules. Oops, I nearly did a double. There's no rules about stitches. Okay, almost at the end of the row. Almost. All right. A couple of more stitches. Whoops. Thread's pulling there. All right, second last. I'm lying. That's actually third last. Trying to get there quick enough. Taking my time as well. It's the second last stitch, and it's really weird the way it sits. Kind of sits on an angle. All right, now this is your chain stitch, the top of the chain. I think I might have split a yarn there too. Yeah, I'm going to take that stitch marker out because I split the yarn. I did that with one hand, didn't I? Oh, I'm clever. I got sidetracked. All right, grabbing your loop over like normal, pulling it through that stitch marker stitch. There's no difference. Okay, it's the end of the row. That's the only difference. All right, and that's done. Now we're going to turn our work. Yes, like we're turning the page in a book. Chaining 1 and 2, grabbing that stitch marker, popping it on, and you're good to go for your next row. All right, you're not going to be going into this stitch right here. You're going into the stitch right next to it because this is a stitch that has all your chains in it that we just did, those 2 chains. Yes, so into your next stitch with your double crochet herringbone stitch. Yes, all right, just keep going. Whoa. Don't split the yarn like I just did. Just keep going in every stitch all the way across the row. Okay, gorgeous. I'm loving this stitch. Oh, the possibilities of what this stitch can make is endless. This is what I do. I look at things and I'm thinking, oh, what can I make with this? Even though we're currently in the process of making things. Silly, I'm no duffer. All right, here we go. I think you have seen enough. Yes, I do. Yes, you're going to go off on your own. Oh, it's good for you. But before you do, oh, I've thread everywhere. Before you do, make sure your measurements are correct, okay? So what we needed was 20 centimeters across that way, 20 centimeters or 8 inches across that way. Oh, it's too far away. How can you see that? 20 centimeters or 8 inches across that way. Now mine will close up a bit, and in actual fact, this is going to, it's pulling out a little bit this way. It will straighten up, all right? So 20 centimeters across that way or 8 inches. What you need to do, and this is the best bit, guys, turning your work, lax off, and doing this. Yeah? You need to do 20 centimeters or 8 inches across as well. Now, my calculates to being altogether 18 rows. So we've done 2.5 rows, or roughly 2.5. So I would need to do another, where's my math? 15.5 more rows. So finishing off this row and then doing another 15, all right? So that's it. All I want for you to do is to do that. But as you do it, actually I might move everything out of the way, but as you do it, make sure you check your measurements. After about the 4th or the 5th row, this will straighten up. Now if it straightens up, it could tighten or it could go really loose depending on your tension. Measure it after the 4th or the 5th row to make sure it's still 20 centimeters, which is there. or 8 inches. All right, this is the measurement we need. A little bit tiny over is fine, a little bit tiny under is fine as well. All right, in the meantime, head off on your own. Do your 15.5 rows or altogether 18 rows. Meet me back here in a moment and I'll tell you what you're going to do next. Get excited. Alrighty guys, here I am at the end of my 18th row. Okay, so what we're going to do is finish it off. Yay, get excited. Alright, so we're just doing our normal... yeah, well, if I can get that in there. Here we go. Let's take that stitch marker out now. So we're going to do our normal pull through the middle loop there, then yarn over 1, and then yarn over 2. Pull a loop through like so. Now, before you go cutting your work, check it. Check that everything is perfect. Check that your measurements are perfect. Okay, there you go. Nice and neat. Here we go. Are we ready? Oh, I'm sing-songy again. Sorry, guys. There we go. So 20 centimeters or 8 inches. Even if it's a tiny millimeter off, don't stress. And that one there is 20 centimeters, 8 inches. All right. Now, if it's like, let me show you there. There's your 20 and 8. If it's there, let me get that out of the way so it doesn't blur. If it's there, it's okay. If it's there, it's okay. If it's like, oh, let me show you, like that, and you're about 10 inches or 25 centimeters, if you want it to measure the same as our other swatches, then that is going to be too big. All right. So make sure it is roughly pretty much almost the same. All right. On both sides. Beautiful. All right. So mine is. So I'm going to give it a cut, just pulling that loop through. What we're going to do now, let's move everything out the way. We are going to weave in one of these ends. Now, entirely up to you which one you want to weave in, this one or that one. I have weaved in that one quite a few times. Let's try the bottom one, okay? The very first thread we started with. Now, you don't need to do this part, but you need to weave it in eventually. So why not do it now? And I've just split the yarn. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? You know why? Because I picked up the wrong needle. I didn't use the needle from the box. And this needle is not, the eye's not big enough. Done it again. Oh, hang on, there we go. That's not too bad. All right, so grabbing your needle. Okay, find a few stitches where you can weave this into. All right, so you can go that way, this way. It doesn't matter. I think I might stick to this way. I've been doing this along this side all along. Again, it doesn't matter. You could do it along here, or you could just find a stitch anywhere and start gently splitting. Now remember, when you split yarn, you cannot undo this. So be prepared to make sure that everything is correct before you start splitting stitches. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, just check to see if your needle is in front. You can't see it, so you can put it through like normal. Just keep checking, because if you can see the needle, then that's no good. All right, perfect. Yeah, bring that through and through. Am I too far away? Sorry guys. Just bring it through stitches anywhere, and I'm splitting the yarn. I'm not just putting it through the stitch. I'm literally splitting the yarn at the back, like it's going through different threads. All right. So just keep going as far down as you like, entirely up to you. There is no right or wrong way. All right, and then just going back the other way, different areas, of course, of your work. And there you go. You can do it twice, you can do it 3 times. I think that's enough. All right. I'm not going to show you how to do the next one. You can head off on your own and do that yourself. All right. And there you go, guys. What simply gorgeous. I love, love, love. I mean, this, the pattern is endless. You could make a jumper, cardigan, anything you like. Super warm, super thick stitch. I love, love, love. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. Guys, join me on Wednesday afternoons at 4 p.m. and Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Melbourne, Australia time for our lives. Yay! And don't forget to like, subscribe and share and do all those wonderful things that you guys pretty much already do for me. And guess what? That's all you need to do. You need to weave in this last end and you have now done your double crochet herringbone stitch. Thanks so much for watching and ciao for now. Oh, very nice.